All right, we live in full effect.
We're live in full effect.
Yeah, how you doing, Grandpa?
Oh yeah, I'm doing pretty well there. Yeah. I'm gonna start the. You said we on now?
Yeah, we live. We live. We can beer in.
Okay, I got something here. I don't know what it is.
Is that
All right.
Clamato?
Huh?
Chlamydia.
Is that White Claw? Oh, that's a hard.
You ever heard of that before?
Yes, sir. That's a
White
hard.
Claw?
Yes, sir.
First time I ever seen it. I got me some White Claw. It's I think it's 8% alcohol.
Got a fat can.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know.
It's not beer.
It ain't.
No, sir. It's sort of like the what was that with the Reds and the Mikes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's not as sweet either. But I think I like it.
Okay, that's what it says. Blood orange.
Oh yeah. You might like that.
Yeah, but it ain't beer, eh?
No, sir, it's not beer. That's why I just wanted to warn you it was not beer.
Yeah, but you like seltzer.
Yeah.
You like seltzer, Pop, so you'll be all right.
Yeah, you like it.
And I like it.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm gonna open it up there and start this thing off here and see what a little taste.
All right, let's see what this is. Let's see what
Let's see what it look like.
Christians? No.
We got this.
Oh, it says blood orange, but it's like water. I mean, ain't no color to it.
He stopped pouring like, wait a minute.
I don't know what that blood orange means.
It's a type of fruit, Grandpa.
Oh.
He even pre-rated. He's like, this ain't real.
Yeah, it tastes like I'm trying to think what it tastes like. Some soda pop.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. It's just alcoholic soda pop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where you gonna rate it, Grandpa?
Well, I'm gonna stay within range. I'm gonna give him a 5.5 there.
That's still pretty high for you, though, Pops.
Yeah,
That's still pretty high for you.
That means you'll drink it again.
Yeah, I'll drink it again.
Okay.
I won't buy it no more.
He said we bring it here.
That sounds like a 4.5 then.
What y'all got going today?
We got Avery Brewing. You see that gold wrapper with that big A is usually a good sign. But this is a 2016 barrel-aged sour ale. This is going to be interesting. So it says barrel-aged series aged in bourbon barrels with spearmint added. Spearmint?
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's what I said. I have no idea how to pronounce this name.
I think it's like Certatio Equations.
Time out, Auntie. Don't say it out loud. It could be a spell.
Right.
You don't know what that is. I'm out here reading.
Yeah, it's only like 8.5%, but it's 5 years old.
So it's probably at least 10 or 11.
It's strong.
Is it like every year you get a 0.5% increase? Is that what it is for alcohol?
I don't know how it works.
Oh.
Okay, so this is a barrel-aged sour. So this is pretty interesting.
There's no sexy pour.
You said 5 years old, eh?
Yes, sir.
I think mine must be about 5 weeks old, eh?
Yeah, that's that stuff you be drinking.
It's pretty. I think you gave me more than you. There you go.
We're being fair with our pours.
You look here, you gotta be. I don't know why would I just smell this? It reminded me of being at the pool. It smells like chlorine.
That's not good.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know how long sours hold up, so we don't see. I'm gonna start with a 6.
Oh man, you on the ball.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
If I didn't know there was a
all right, Josh.
fridge.
I'm waiting for them to finish.
You know what? That's actually good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And you can taste the mint.
That pool
I go to 7.
So what's interesting is
I'm gonna go jump on my computer.
Okay. I didn't even pay attention that it said it was a sour.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that like like your uncle said, we like Avery. Mm-hmm. And I didn't think we had this one before. So I just grabbed. I saw bourbon. I saw barrel age. But if I had known it was a sour, I would have put it in the refrigerator. But I like it though. Okay. So if I said a 5, I'll go up to 6.5. It's not bad. Okay. For a sour. Yeah, I like it.
Okay. Well, here's mine.
I like the mint. The mint is a nice touch.
Here's mine this week. It's 12 5s Rebel Hard Coffee.
Oh Lord, that don't. Where's your wife? You got somebody to help you? That does not sound like it's going to end well, nephew.
Let me tell you. It's let me read what the can says. It says, "Drink different for those who seek an experience over ordinary. Satisfies the senses with the spirit to keep change social. Dangerously delicious with the creamy blend." Sorry. Colombian coffee and indulgent flavors that takes you to the fringe of extraordinary. There's a little rebel in all of us. So this one is berry crisp latte. So this is like mixed berry and stuff with the coffee and the beer.
Yeah, I love Colombian coffee though.
Here's that pour right there. It just looks like regular stuff so far. I thought it had like a purple or something colored to it because it said berry.
Well, I didn't expect it to. Well, I guess since it's a latte, I guess I should have known that it was going to look like that, but I didn't expect it.
I mean, it smells good. Based on smell and aroma, I give it a 6.
Okay.
It's my pre-rating. So
look at you trying to get like your granddaddy.
That's good. That's a little delicious. I might say that's a 7.5. That might move up. I would buy this again.
Really? I don't think you've called too much delicious on here.
It's definitely one of those things. You probably wouldn't drink it too much because it's sweet and pretty rich. But like if you wanted like a dessert drink or something that has alcohol in it, this is good.
Okay.
This is good. This fits that. That fits that perfect.
Okay.
Climbing up here trying to get me to pet him. So, Percy, get down, man. You're going to get it kicked out. I have to kick him out of here now. Boom. There we go. All right. Oh, cool. We're taking a long time to get on set today.
Right. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm trying to see the title of the show. What did you name this show? When you can't let what?
When you can let them kids go.
Oh, when you can let them kids go. Just Pops, so you trying to read my shirt?
I'm trying to get back in there.
I was like, what is Pops reading?
I hit the wrong button now. I can't even see nobody no more.
Oh, we can see you.
You can?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I got a blank screen here. Let's see. Let me hit this button.
Here we go. Nightmare on of course Uncle Pooh Bear got some lines. All right, so I guess Uncle Pooh Bear is the last bastion of the uncles who got hair. So I guess I should just let it go.
The last of the what?
The last of my uncles who and my older family members who had hair, who held on. You just gave it up now. I told myself I wasn't gonna let myself be bald before you, so I held on.
You're free. You're free to move forward.
I got at least have some self-respect. I can't be bald before my uncle.
I love it. That look here, your 91-year-old granddaddy gonna beat all y'all because Pop's got a head full of hair. Out of all the men in the table.
Let's see here.
Trying to find us. Okay. I mean, it's never good enough that Grandpa can talk to us. So it's always extra step.
Well, I would want to see you too. I don't blame him for that.
Oh, you trying to find the screen?
Yeah.
He got off the screen for a second. I don't know why he got off the screen, actually.
Because he felt like
I got off either.
Tell him because you're 91 and you felt like it.
Like trying to change things after we got it perfect.
Look it. When I turn 91, I'm just gonna say that for everything. You ask me any question, I'm like, because I'm 91. Now what? What you gonna say? What you gonna do? What you gonna say? What you gonna do?
see. So, based on this topic that my aunt brought up before the show, at what point? At what point in parenting do you just like? Are you all right? Cool. My kids know what to do. I can go back and being who I was.
I tell you what, you ain't there, buddy.
No, I was talking about. So I apparently I never noticed Auntie had a nose ring, and I was like, "When you get that?" She's like, "On my 40th birthday." And I was like, and I was thinking, man, Auntie, like the boys must have been just self sufficient enough. Roger was like, you know what? It's time to go back.
Yeah,
Yeah. Grandpa, I had to hold on a second. You got to mute. I got you added yourself twice, Grandpa.
what happened?
You done added yourself twice to the thing. One of those things got to close.
Oh.
Yeah. Hold on, Grandpa. Let me figure this out. How can I? No, you done added yourself twice now.
You press mute to stop that reverberation.
All right, so I muted one of them. Yeah, you're echoing, Grandpa. It's because you got two screens open.
This is
Yeah,
wonderful.
you just gotta close. There you go. No, you gotta exit out. You gotta leave the thing for one of them. Hello?
Well, I did get back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you're echoing. What I'm saying is you have to leave the entire thing. You have to leave the entire thing and come back in. There you go. Like you gotta leave the entire.
Oh, okay.
No, Grandpa. That's not what I'm saying. So you have two sessions open.
And now you go. He can't hear you.
No. Grandpa, you have two sessions open. You have to.
Yeah, but I was trying to close one.
No, you have to leave the studio and come back in. You have to leave the studio. No,
I gotta leave the studio.
Leave the studio. You have to leave the studio and come back in.
So is he just going
All
off?
right, Grandpa, you're good. Grandpa, you're good.
Okay, I'm out of the studio. Can you hear me?
You good, Pop?
Yeah, we can still hear
You're
you.
good now.
Everything.
Oh, okay, but
Just
I can't
stop
see
right there. You
Can
good?
you see?
I was about to say,
Can
he
you
still
see
can't
me?
see us. He can't find the screen with
Yeah,
us.
we can see you.
We can see you. Grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah, I ain't got no screen.
All right, how about this?
Oh, here we go.
Okay, you got it? I was gonna say if you leave this one, then
there we go. Now I'm in again. Let's see.
All right.
There we go.
Oh,
All
no,
right.
No, you did the same thing. Grandpa, you gotta leave. You gotta leave entirely if you're gonna do that.
Well, he can't find this, the one that we can see. That's the problem. He can't find that window to be able to exit out anyway. So the issue is that he could close out to where we don't get the echo because he could see that, but then he won't be able to see us.
Grandpa, we can still see you. You're still here.
Okay. Y'all carry on. I'll be with you in a minute.
I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah, but we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I hear y'all.
He said he can't see us, huh?
He's like,
Yeah, he said he's not on the phone call. He's on the video. He want to be part of the video.
Oh, here we go again. He's back. He done added himself.
Hey, I got it out that sound too.
Yep. It's still echoing, Grandpa. Yeah.
And he clicked the button and sat back proudly too, like, bam, I
Press
did it.
mute. Maybe if you press mute on one of them.
I'm gonna hit remove on this one here.
But you still here, Grandpa.
Okay.
Grandpa, you gotta completely leave out. You got two screens open.
Oh.
Yeah. No, you still all right. All right, let me try this again. Grandpa. Just no.
You can't keep one of them
You
out.
gotta leave the studio, and you got okay.
Leave the studio.
All right, then we're back to square one.
But he can't hear us now. I mean, he can't
I
see
can
us
hear
now.
you.
He
I
can't
can
see
hear
us.
you, but I can't see you though.
All right, well, we here.
We at this place.
Yeah, nephew, can you completely remove him from this one too, so he just have to log in completely?
So that's what I've been trying to do, but this thing only lets me keep adding stuff again. No, you gotta leave. No, no, you keep adding. Okay, so it
Okay, I'm
doesn't
gonna
give me.
start over again now.
No. If we can still see you, that means you have something open. You can't keep adding new ones, or else it'll make the echo. That means you have to find whatever this one is that you can't see, and then leave that particular studio, and then go back and then add yourself again via the email.
He don't care what you just said, sir.
I'm just trying to figure out stuff. Edit. It doesn't let me get.
I know what I'm gonna leave and come back.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. That's what I tried to. If he can do that, he can see. What? Where was he looking this whole time? If he could close out that session, that means he had the ability to see where it was.
He got confused on which window he had open.
But it was only one window. He chose.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see. Let's set the timer. Let's see if he makes it back.
Y'all leave my man alone.
Yeah,
He go back.
Grandpa knows what he's doing.
He coming right back.
But yeah, like I was saying, because I know some people in my age group are like, I'm staying the same regardless. These kids gonna adjust to me, which makes sense. They're your kids. But some people are like, I don't want my kids knowing what I be doing. At what point, like, what type of parents were y'all, and how long did it take for you, if you were the second type of parent,
we're back. Hey, Pops. I'll let you take that one first, Pooh.
I got rid of one of them, eh?
Yes, sir. You got it.
Okay, and got no more. Okay, I'm ready.
Well, ask the question again, nephew.
Start the show now.
I won't touch nothing else. I'm gonna try to improve, because every time I improve, I lose.
So what I was asking Grandpa was, so at what point as a parent did you decide to, like, you know what, my kid's grown, I can do what I want completely again? He leaned in for this one. Y'all must have did something crazy.
Now, because you're sort of low, nephew, so he's probably adjusting his volume.
Oh, Grandpa, can you hear me? Grandpa. Why is this always happening?
Well, it ain't as loud as it was, but it's okay.
Did you hear what I asked you?
What was that?
Okay, so I'll start over. I said, at what point as a parent did you decide that your kids were old enough to take care of themselves and you can just kind of do what you wanted to do again without consideration of really what they thought or cared about?
You said, at what point, eh?
Yeah, at what point? Like, how old were they? Like, how old were your kids when you're like, you know what? They got this. They can take care of themselves.
Okay. How about now? I can do what I want to do.
No, I mean, like, how old were you when that moment happened? When you're just like, you know what? My kids are all right. I can kind of just live for myself again.
91. He just told you.
Hey. That's a question that you don't need to answer for a long time. A long time.
You would have got there quick if Pooh didn't pop up.
All right.
I said you would have gotten there quicker if Pooh didn't pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh, now he can Forget about that. Let's go on to another subject.
I'm asking because well, it ain't really for me. I mean, I'm asking because auntie and uncle, they ain't got grown kids now, so they ain't really actually got a nose piercing. That's living young, wild, and free.
That I've had for years.
Which the veil was removed for me just today, so now I can see it. So
Look, we ain't never paid attention.
We did.
Yeah, no, well, especially not now.
No, now. Oh, it's a wrap now.
Yeah,
done. Like
Yes,
our
sir.
son is such a jerk. He took pictures of us because he came in and found us passed out in the family room, and he took pictures of in front of us. He posed in front of his grown parents. But you know what, the nephew, real talk, like with Jael, having him did mess me up. I went through a point. When he was, I don't even know if he was a year or two. I went through this thing where I cleaned out my closet of everything that I felt a mother was not supposed to wear. Like, I'm a mom now. I shouldn't wear that. Like, nope, not going to wear that. Not going to act that way. And so it was funny, after I had the little one, after I had dude, what was that? The following year, my sister was at this event. She called me from the event. It's like Idris Elba. It's like all these people. And she was like, girl, I wish you'd come down here. But I didn't have anything to wear because I got rid of all my non-mommy clothes. And so it took the little one to be about 2 or 3. So I would say it was a span of about 5 to 6 years, maybe 7, to where I finally start feeling okay with looking like Crystal and not just my boy's mama. Looking like his wife as opposed to the boy's mama. It took a while. Yeah. But then as far as letting them just, I don't think the first time we let them stay at home by themselves, we literally just went around the corner to the bowling alley. But they were about 8 and 12, somewhere around there, right?
Something like that.
Something like that. We waited till they got older. And now, like I said, now they don't care. We don't care. It's glorious. It is glorious to be and go for weeks at a time, and you're not worried. Like it is amazing. It is amazing. It's beautiful.
Like Pop said, that's something you don't even got to worry about.
Yeah, you ain't got to worry about that.
Long way off.
No. Yeah. But it was that way early on. But I never cared. See, your uncle is more cautious with the parental reputation that I am. I've been embarrassing my kids by my words and actions their whole lives. So many times he'll walk in the room like, what did you just say to them? What did you do in front of them? Like, why would you do that? And he was like, that's your mama. So Liz, because I'm gonna be mean. So whatever. But he's the nice one in front of the kids, not me. I feel like they came up out of me. I can do whatever I want to.
I think there's some merit to what you just described from Uncle Pooh Bear, because like as a man, there's a certain image you want your sons to see of you, because it's not just the point of respect. It's like, I mean, obviously there's a point of respect, but at a certain point, you don't want your kids to ever think they can try you. So you always gotta be at that stage of, I'm not your friend, I'm not your peer. If you try me, I'm knocking you out. Like, so it's gotta be one of those things, because like that's what dudes have with their sons. Like it's an inherent thing in like all animals that your son's gonna try to usurp you at some point, and it's not like a malicious thing. It's just like genetically, that's just kind of what happens. Because like with you, like as their mama, obviously you ain't trying to, like, no normal son, I should say, wants to fight or you try to take out their mama under most circumstances. Despite what reality TV will tell you, but.
Right.
I can only imagine you. I wonder what it would be like if you had at least one daughter.
I would be very different.
A lot of women make that face. Because I've asked this question to some of my cousins who had sons and like talk about girls. Like what? Why is that? Like,
because whenever I know anybody who has a teenage girl, a tween girl, I pray for them, because that's that at that age and that point where the hormones are kicking in. They don't even understand their hormones. They don't know, they don't even realize their hormones are kicking in. And they just a little mess. I wanted the little one to be a girl so bad, but I always knew that if he was a girl, that between about the ages of 11 to about 20, we weren't going to like each other. I knew it. And then we were going to come back full circle, but
it's a 9-year hate war.
It's just because the hormones and all that stuff, and just my parental fears for her being that age, she would have been really annoyed by how much she would have thought I was just hovering over her when I'm really just trying to protect her. And it was going to be a battle. But I knew I was going to have to step back, let her learn, let her fail, just like I had to do with the boys, but it's different with girls. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a whole monster. Pop, did you feel like it was different? Because you're the only one on here who had boys and girls. Did you feel which one was easier to raise, boys or girls?
I don't know. I guess I ain't too bright. I guess they about the same.
I can see that for some people.
You've been cracking me up today.
I couldn't come up with Crystal's dissertation that she had there from 11 to. So I didn't know where to kick in.
My dissertation. But you know what, though, Pops, you
had to say you had to put it well there, put down. So I don't know what to say, except that I guess the difference too. When they were much younger, I was working 2 jobs trying to make a living, so I guess I never really thought about, preparations, the difference between the girls and the boys and raising them.
They all needed to
eat. Does that make any sense?
That makes a lot of sense, because who would I never work like that early on? As they got older, I started to work outside of the house. But prior to that, we were in the house a lot. So I guess that does change how you view it all.
Yeah.
You see my beard too?
Whoever that is hilarious.
So Pops, but I think it's different for you too, because you always see me be mild mannered, and I can't see
mild mannered.
Yes, I can't see. I'm just saying, I can't see any of his sons try him. Do you ever feel like one of your kids tried you and you thought you were gonna have to pancake them?
No, I didn't. It might have been some disagreement, but I don't think it ever got where I thought that we got to show who's boss. Of course, they probably might have had a different opinion than me.
Grandpa also had someone really well armed watching his back.
Right.
Yeah, wasn't nobody about to mess with that boo.
No L's being took in this house.
And now we don't. Just like Alabama, we just roll tide.
Pops had his own in-house security guard, so wasn't nobody gonna mess with Pops. So like, all it took for her ear to go like, did I hear an octave go up in my child's voice? Like,
that's
wait
what I was about to say. It's getting a little too loud in this house.
Wait a minute.
Like, you can't hear my gun click back. It's too loud.
It's too loud.
Uh-oh, Pops, you like that White Claw. What you think about it?
No, I mean, this is about the closest to water you can get. Got the color, just
that Budweiser is pretty close.
Water a little bit. That's what it tastes like,
Okay.
It's hard for me to figure this out.
Yeah, it's different. And White Claw's a little different. White Claw is different because it's not as sweet as some of the other ones too. So it's like it's right in the weird middle.
I mean, like I said, it tastes more like
We got our first international person, North Norway.
Well, all right. Come on, Norway.
No, that's what it's from.
Polar
Nights.
Nights.
I watch from Norway, Grandpa.
Wait a minute now. Let me get closer. Now you say this is from Norway?
No, someone who's watching us just said they're from Norway.
One of your fans, Pops.
Okay, what about Norway? I can't. I didn't get all of it. What did you say about Norway?
Someone who's watching us just said, "Good evening from North Norway." They're in Norway. We got someone international watching the show.
Who?
Polar Nights. They just
Wait a minute now. I get half of stuff. Somebody from Norway?
Yeah.
We're doing what?
Watching our show.
Right now.
You're kidding.
I'm serious.
Well, tell them I'm gonna be over there next year because Norway's gonna have those senior citizens, the World Masters, and Norway is gonna it's gonna be the location where it's their year to put it on, you know. Oh, and so I'm working on that need now. It's a slow process, but I'm gonna be ready for next year.
Well, Pops, you go. We all go.
If I'm living.
This is actually this is incredible. So Grandpa, they said I live on a small island 4 hours off the mainland. That 300 of us live here, all in all. That's pretty impressive.
Oh, you know what? I take that back. I was thinking about Finland.
Dang, Grandpa, you're about to be 301 on the island.
I'm going to Finland.
Now it's just back to 300.
Finland, that's close. You could go to Norway from there.
Yeah. Finland, you know, they had I guess they right across from Russia on the.
Well, I gotta check a map because I don't know exactly.
Well, they were fighting for territory. Russia made them give up some territory right before World War II. The Finnish and the Russians were fighting.
So, he said Finland borders Norway.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I guess I don't know. Might be some water in between.
They said the air travel is 584 miles.
How many?
584 miles.
To Russia from Norway?
From Finland to Norway. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, that might be it. Because I know they had a battle over some water port there what Russia wanted, you know.
Well, shoot.
They took from Finland.
You know what Grandpa's talking about? Was there some battle over water over there, with Russia and all that? Because I didn't know. Grandpa be having some world historical facts.
Yeah, well, there was guy when I worked for Avis. He was from. I didn't know it, but I know he couldn't stand the Russians. You know, and I couldn't understand why he had so much hatred for it. Then I was reading up on Russia jumping on Finland, and they had this big battle. Finland gave them a pretty good fight, but the Russians overcome it, you know, and that was why he hated the Russians, you know. So I told him one day, I said, now I know why you can't stand the name Russia.
Who messing with Finland? Finland don't seem like they mess with nobody.
Huh?
Like, who would go just bully Finland?
Yeah, well, I think Finland had that port. They had a port on the is that the Bismarck? See, what is that waterway down through there?
Let's see.
And Russia wanted it.
Eritrea? That's interesting. Arabs, that's pretty.
I mean, hold on, boys. Answer Pop's question.
Oh, about him. Yeah, Polar Nights. Answer the question about the.
It's so Pops. I see by Finland. It's the Baltic Sea.
Yeah.
Gulf of Bothnia.
But on the right side.
On the right hand side.
White Sea is over there. I mean, I would assume he's saying Russia and Finland.
Oh, yeah, Russia.
And Finland, yeah, they fought before World War II. You know, they had a big battle over there.
Yeah. We're just trying to see what they could have been fighting over.
Yeah.
Some seaport could be pretty visible.
It just depends on which side, you know, like it's here of southern Finland.
It must have been on the Finnish side that they won it, because I'm assuming that's what they were fighting about, eh?
Polar Knights is saying we did not fight.
We did not fight Finland
over
water or Russia. What they fight? Who said that?
That's Norway.
The guy from.
But he's in Norway though. Pops was talking about Finland and Russia fighting.
Oh.
Yeah, Finland.
Oh, so he says that, or she says, whoever they said that they're fighting. Russia was fighting Ukraine.
But no, that's now. I'm talking about back in the
talking about during World War II.
World War II, before World War II.
Before War.
That was when Russia fought Finland. I mean, it's documented though. And I'm not talking about. I don't think I was talking about Denmark.
Correct now.
I was talking about Finland.
We got somebody over here who over there who got some on the ground. We got to make sure we correct about this.
They're talking Russia fighting the Ukraine. That's now. They got this thing here. The Crimea. Russia took Crimea from Finland. Not from Finland, but from the Ukraine. And right now, Russia and the Ukraine got skirmishes on the borders of the Ukraine.
So it says the Winter War of 1939 to 1940. Is that what you're talking about, Pops?
Yeah, so that's the Finns and the Russians.
Right. It said it saw the tiny Finnish army take on the might of the Soviets' gigantic Red Army.
They had to preface it like that. Like, dang, you got to call my army tiny. You know, respect my army, you know. It's an army.
So they said
World War II, Norway was taken by the Germans. That's true because they took all that, Norway, Denmark, all those Belgium. They went in everywhere. The Germans did. But this particular war I was talking about was Finland fighting Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about some kind of a seaport that Russia needed. This was before the Germans got involved in it, you know.
I'm trying to see which, are they going to say which one it is? Because they said it was a faked attack or something, like somebody faked something and Russia used it as an excuse to jump in and attack them.
Oh, that was Finland?
That's what it said.
Oh, okay. But anyway, as I recall, it had something to do with Russia's interest in some port on the Baltic there.
I think I made fun. Oh, it just says that he looked to expand his influence over Eastern Europe. So they said that Stalin demanded Finland's border with Russia be moved back 16 miles along the Karelian Isthmus to create a buffer zone around the city of Leningrad. The Hanko Peninsula, is that what you're thinking about, Pops? He said he also wanted to hand over several islands in Finland and lease the Soviet territory to the Hanko Peninsula for construction of a naval base.
Oh, that could be it then. I know it had something to do with a seaport there, basically.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah. Yeah. Look, I always told y'all, if I go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Pops is my lifeline. Pops, look here. You're going to be somewhere in the ballpark with it. You know what I'm saying? In the leg,
we have the saying in my country, don't kick a bear in the leg. Russia is the bear. Is this the person from Norway? Norway?
Yeah. I'm gonna use that. Polar Knights. I like that.
So y'all remember, no, he kicking no bear in the leg. Well, you got a problem.
If you're kicking a bear, period, you got a problem.
Did you see that video of that lady who looked in the backyard and saw a bear on her gate about to attack her dogs? And that lady ran out there and pushed the bear off the wall to save them dogs. Them dogs would have been gone.
Yeah, I think that was on YouTube, was it?
Yes, sir.
I saw that.
I think I might have seen that. Yeah.
I also saw another video where a bear was charging some dude with a shotgun or a rifle, and the dude got him right in the face. And all the bear did was just roll, and then stood up and started chasing the dude again. I'm like, anything you can shoot with a shotgun that just that rolls off the damage and just comes out, that's a problem.
Bam.
It's like high school, never pick a fight with the biggest bully.
But you know,
this is coming from Norway.
Sometimes you do gotta fight the bully. Yeah, I do agree with that. You know. I mean,
Joshua,
honestly, huh?
this is coming from Norway. What I'm reading.
Yeah, this is a real person. This is a real person. This is a real
Yeah, I
person.
see. Yeah, he got some pretty good advice there. He said it's like high school. Never pick a fight with the biggest bully. You know, get somebody you can whoop.
Grandpa's like, don't pick a fight with the biggest bully. Become the bully.
Oh boy.
But that was interesting. That was what's it called? An interesting detour into world history. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't gave us the island. He didn't gave us. If we Google this thing, we can see his island. That's tight.
Ah, Slingset.
Oh man, we international now, Grandpa. You're finally internationally known. But,
You know, well, I mentioned that before. You know, before World War II, up in the 40s, we had 4 or 5 different political parties. Now we just got maybe of significance the Republicans and the Democrats.
Nights, if you're leaving, it's nice.
But we had socialist parties, communist party. Who are you waving at?
He was saying he was saying it was good meeting you all. I think they're leaving, so it was nice meeting you.
Oh, okay. Good meeting you all. How about that?
Wow. I see the
island. He said he's not leaving yet.
That sort of reminded me of Freddie we was at the kitchen table and we was doing something about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and some lady from the Sudan. Remember that? Can you remember that?
I remember.
Yeah, we was on. What were we on though?
I think we was on my Facebook page.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she was way over in Sudan, and she got into the conversation. I said, "How about this? Is a pretty small world." I didn't know nobody was on there from Denmark. You know, no, Norway. He was from Norway.
I was like, don't insult polar nights.
That's very interesting, though. This is a small world, and we're gonna have to act like everybody's our neighbors, you know.
Yeah,
they know where they.
Huh? So yeah, you can talk to anybody now.
Yeah, I mean, 5,000 miles don't mean nothing no more. 10,000 miles away, and you're talking like they crossed the street, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Thank you, Polar Nights.
Technology has definitely allowed us to improve our standing in the world. I'll tell you that. Like, what were you talking about, Grandpa? You're like, dang, I wish I remember. You know, until I remember, I'm not going to say it, bring it up. But I do like the fact, because remember, we started on Zoom doing this, and now we over here, and now we can actually have interactive conversations with people watching the show. We keep improving.
Mm-hmm. Or that you couldn't do that on Zoom?
If you could, I didn't know how.
Oh.
That is the big part. You got to know how.
Yeah.
but I guess.
Hey, this person says I have 2 brothers in the States. Ask them what country, which states they in.
Grandpa say what country? Yeah.
She had 2 brothers in the States, so
he can hear you and stuff, Grandpa.
Oh, maybe he'll respond then. I have 2 brothers in the States.
He's been pretty good about that, or she's been pretty. I don't know. I don't assume people's gender that I don't see. But what was it? I forgot what we were. So we were talking about parenting, but we didn't just we everywhere now. We just world history.
Yeah. Oh, hey, one fish out of Seattle, and one have, in his own words, a small 16.4 acres.
No, 164 acre.
Oh,
that's a lot.
Well, I say 16. Yeah, 164 acres. Ranch in
Bend, Oregon.
Oregon. Okay, they're out west there. Oregon and Seattle, and they joining states, ain't they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So his brothers in put a nice place to live up in there, in that northern part of
that's a lot of acreage.
Northwest part of the United States.
I have a client in Oregon, and she loves to talk about it being the Pacific Northwest.
Pacific Northwest, yeah. Yeah. I have never been to probably Freddie. You have or Josh? Have you been to Seattle?
No, I have not been.
No, I haven't either. But I
still love it.
I loves it. I love it.
Yeah. Are you been there, Chris?
Yes, sir. I used to go out there for work.
Oh, okay. It's beautiful out there, isn't it? I hear about it.
Oh,
I know they say rain. It's quite a bit of rain, a little moisture in Seattle all the time.
You know what? All of the times that I went, I think I saw drizzle maybe twice, 2 or 3 times. Not too often at all. Not as much as you hear about it. But I tell you, Pops, they have the best oysters out there. Ooh. I love their oysters. The oysters.
We should fly out and go get some oysters.
I surely will. I'm telling you, those oysters.
I heard the airlines.
He said Microsoft was in Seattle. What Microsoft? Or southern part of California. I know it's out that way.
Well, Microsoft has multiple
places there. Or anyway, one of his brothers in Microsoft there.
He works for Microsoft, but he has 164 acres of land. He must be doing very well for himself.
Especially
maybe the one from Seattle worked for Microsoft, and the one from Oregon maybe got all that land.
No, he said the one in Oregon has the land.
Yeah, the one in Oregon got the land, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm assuming that the Microsoft brother is probably in Seattle. Just guessing.
Well, Color Nice, we could eat together. They're talking about loving barbecue.
I love barbecue. I love to try Americans.
It's gonna be a great trip.
Good one day.
Yeah.
What trip, babe?
Okay, yeah.
Look, y'all ain't.
Hey, what trip you talking about?
Flying out to Seattle to try them oysters.
Ooh, child.
Oh, good oysters in Seattle.
Yes, sir.
Hey, auntie, y'all got yourself a traveling couple. Him and his wife trying to go with y'all to that to get the oysters to barbecue.
Here.
You know what? I thought they were just one kind of oyster, but me and Freddie was in Nevada there in Las Vegas. How many oysters did they bring to us? About 5 different kinds.
I was there.
Yeah. Okay, Josh.
Yeah, that was that oyster bar.
Yeah.
It was rows and rows of oysters. It was a lot of oysters.
Yeah. Go ahead, nephew.
I was like, I didn't even realize Grandpa liked oysters like that. He was going through them.
I didn't think I liked them either. You know, like I had tasted them before in New Orleans.
Well, I always get mine. I get mine in the can, you know, not fresh oysters.
Now you got to
get can. They about what $3 and something for little can of oysters, you know. But I like them anyway. I can.
Wait, so
I don't mind traveling. I travel for 18 hours to locate an African hairdresser for my daughter.
Because his wife is Eritrean, so his daughter is Eritrean.
His what now?
His wife is Eritrean from Africa, so he said that's why he had to find a hairdresser that could do his daughter's hair. Love it.
Is Eritrea?
Oh, his daughter from
Eritrea.
Oh, that country.
Yes, sir.
Is that Ethiopia?
I'm not sure. Don't give me the line.
It's Northeast Africa.
Yeah, it's over there somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's.
It seems like it could be near Ethiopia because it seems like Ethiopia.
Yeah, it's directly above.
They had a fight there.
It's north of Ethiopia. It's directly north.
Oh, okay. Then they had a long.
Eritrea, Djibouti, and then Ethiopia.
Oh, okay.
I actually remember if I was looking up some African history, that Ethiopia used to be most of the landmass. Like the Empire of Ethiopia used to cover so much Africa. That's wild. But apparently they what is it? They'd never been colonized. They may have lost land, but they'd never been colonized. The capital or whatever. So that's interesting. But that's dedication.
You're referring to Ethiopia, right?
Huh?
As you referring to Ethiopia?
Yes.
Yeah. I know.
That's dedication.
Really,
18 hours. That's dedication.
Really, would like to have colonized them because they went in there a couple of times, and kind of disastrous. You know, they couldn't colonize, In fact, during World War II, 1935, I think, they went into Ethiopia, and I believe that Haile Selassie took the case before the United Nations. It wasn't a United Nations then; it was a League of Nations, and the League of Nations didn't do anything about it. But anyway, they never colonized it, even though they tried to.
I wonder, this is just something interesting in my mind. I wonder if that's where Marvel got the idea for Wakanda, because Wakanda in the comic books has never been conquered, and neither has Ethiopia.
That's interesting.
What was the other one? You said Ethiopia.
In Marvel Comics, the place where the Black Panther nation is a place called Wakanda, because that's not a real place. But Wakanda is known for never being conquered. It's never been conquered.
Okay.
And I wonder if they got that idea from Ethiopia, because Ethiopia is also in Africa, but it's never been conquered either.
Right.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Probably.
I know.
Aren't they supposed to, isn't it supposed to be in Africa anyway?
What?
Yeah, Wakanda. Yeah, Wakanda's in Africa, but it's not a real nation. Like in the.
I know, but I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, right. The country. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to draw parallels, because, like, Stan Lee and I think Jack Kirby made it. So, like, two white dudes, they have to have some frame of reference to make an African country. So they probably picked some place. And I'm like, I remember watching this documentary. It was just like, yeah, Ethiopia. It may have changed hands between family members of the line and everything, but it's never been outwardly conquered by another nation.
Hey, did you see that at the bottom down there?
Yeah.
He said, "Memorial like the Black Panthers," but he think it's that suit he was wearing, that nice tight suit.
So the funny thing, there's actually a city here in Illinois called Wakanda. It's spelled differently, but boy, after that movie dropped, people kept calling the city of Wakanda, asking for T'Challa. They were so annoyed with folks calling them. It's not even almost closely spelled the same way, but they did it anyway. Like, folks are hilarious. Hilarious.
Oh, he says, "I am sorry for my English." He's typing it out, so there's no accent there. I can read it just like as if I wrote it.
Me and Grandpa over here butchering the language half the time, making up words.
Listen, y'all ain't alone in that.
That's nice.
Yeah, he's doing all right there.
Yeah, I love it. Excuse me.
Oh, you getting tired out too? You got your.
No, I was pulling a Joshua and I was burping, except I didn't let mine come straight out. I tried to be a lady and cover mine up like, ooh, excuse me, and then you go call me out.
Now, was that something you used to do before or after you had kids? Was that covering the hand thing?
I'm only doing that because we're on live. Here in the house, oh, I let it flow. And that's something I got from my mother. Like, we are proud of our loud burps in this house. Very proud. So I'm only trying to be polite because we're in front of people. We got company.
We got company, right?
We got company. Thank you, Polar Nice. You're a good person.
We expanded our pool. I'm surprised. I'm surprised what other homeboy ain't on here.
Hotline Bling.
Hotline Bling.
Polar Nights, you are so right. But Americans act all bougie and stuff. Burping is a sign that you truly enjoyed the meal. That
right. A good burp mean I enjoyed that meal.
Yeah. But people like, oh, and then especially for a woman to do it, it's like, oh my gosh, you're not acting ladylike. Why would you make all that noise? Did you have to be so loud? Yes, because it felt great. I feel so much better now. I feel relieved. Yeah. That's how I feel. So thank you for putting that out there, Polar Nights, so people can stop being so blue. Are you asking me to burp, Polar Nights? Because I can make it happen. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Burping is not a game. That will be on a shirt soon.
Burping is not a game.
Burping is not a game.
Okay, burp away.
Oh, she actually about to do it. That's crazy. Oh man, that's funny. Did I tell you guys? So at my job, I think I'm about to officially be the technical lead for two different companies for two different clients.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow, that's dope.
Yeah, man. You know, I done messed around and became competent.
That's awesome, man. Congrats. I'm assuming that's pretty big, huh?
Hey, it's big for me. I ain't never been lead to nothing. Like
Okay, you go from
related,
0 to
really.
2.
So it's going pretty swell so far. Nothing, nobody stuff got burned down. So,
Okay, man, that's awesome, brother. Yeah, congrats.
thanks.
Keep climbing that ladder, man.
That's right. It's George Jefferson.
Or
Finally got a piece of the pie.
or as Grandpa would like to say, someone pulled me out the barrel and had me on the side of the barrel so other people can see. They can
Wait, if that thought is still holding true, I don't know. Think he's still in there? Pops, how you feel on incremental change that's been happening?
You need a second one now, Grandpa?
Yeah.
What you say?
How you still feel about incremental change?
Oh yeah, I thought it over. I did a lot of thinking about it because my incremental change was really no change. It's like what he was saying. I got going back. If you go back to 1860, after slavery, when we had one or two senators and representatives, then they took that away and they took the voting rights away. Then they come up with unequal and all this stuff. It's a constant change, But there ain't no change because it's the same thing is going on now. They tell me they don't want you to vote. Trying to put ways in that you can't vote or nothing like that, So it really ain't been no change when you think about it. We got more people, so more people going to be in different positions. But the ultimate change, it never happened,
How is that even possible? That like there's still something on the books that has to be renewed for Black people to be legally able to vote in America.
I mean, it shouldn't. They shouldn't even have to have no law if you all American citizens, which we have been. What do you need laws for? But how can somebody come up with a law to keep you from voting? And the reason that it's applied to you because it's a hindrance might be for you the laws they come up with, but the other people, they assume that they can accept it.
Is it real that people are trying to move voting rights for people? It absolutely is real. It absolutely is real, Polar Knights. That's what they're doing out here in these streets.
Say they're doing what?
He asked, is it real that people are trying to remove voting rights from people? And I was like, it absolutely is real.
Oh, is it real, people? Yeah, well, they make it so complicated. Just like they say, you can't get nobody no water if they standing in line to vote. Even if you're going to be out there a couple of hours in line to wait to vote, and they're going to tell you about it's against the law to give somebody a drink of water.
Is it against the law to give people food or anything if they're in a voting line or like
that's just
election, they were helping people they were like, hey, you've been in line a long time, here's some water or whatever. And they're like, no, that's a crime now. Or you can get reprimanded or something.
Wait a minute, who?
So you didn't hear about it? So like they either tried to or did pass some ordinance or whatever. I'm not sure if it's a federal law, but everywhere for a lot of places where you can no longer provide food or water to people who are standing in lines to vote.
Oh yeah, I think that was Georgia, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that was Georgia.
I think because Georgia had such a good turnout, and they said, hey, we got to cut. We can't win. No, Georgia was a red state one time, and I'm quite sure now Georgia blue, especially since they sent two senators to the United States Congress from Georgia. So they got to figure a way to stop something. So they said they took away the drop boxes for voting and everything and eliminated them, places that you can vote. So you can that creates long lines. Then they said, well, you can't get nobody no water in the line.
So who is you? So is that for me as a average person also in line as a voter? If I see Pops, you're thirsty and I have some extra water, I can give it to you? Or is it that people who are just setting up camp to provide food and drinks for people who are working at the polls? Like, is that for everybody or just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that saying that I can't share if I'm in line voting too?
I don't know the exact law. I have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure they leave it up to interpretation to law enforcement.
Mm.
Yeah, all
But
I
like,
know is that if you were in line to vote, if you 2 or 3 hours standing in line, can't nobody give you a drink of water.
Wow, that's crazy.
but it's like the same thing. It's just same thing, different, just a different piece that they fighting, right? It's just like theater. It's like political theater. That's what it is. Because it just
Mm-hmm.
makes it look like they're taking rights away from you, so you got to advance it to make sure that you're getting it, and then this gives the semblance of progress. And it makes you feel like you're involved, so you're actually making progress. We just not like none of that is working. I just I don't know. I don't pay any attention anymore. So I don't know. It just don't seem like that's the route uh, that's going to be something that we can achieve as a people. Like depending on this system, they just that's all. That's all they do. I just finished that book, To Be a Slave. They talked about after emancipation, what it was like in the words of the people who were enslaved, and they were just talking about how it just don't matter what the system is, they always taking from you. So he's like, I've been a slave. They took everything I ever had, and now that we're quote unquote free, they still take everything from me. It's like it doesn't matter, and that's the cycle that we in today. Every
Yeah.
time we get something, they shake it. Either they steal it from us through by just taking it or destroying it, or they use eminent domain to take it, and now they're tweaking like financial markets to basically, just shake. Every time we built up any type of wealth, right? It all got law. It was built up in the housing market. It all crashed down. They came in and bought all of our stuff for pennies on the dollar. It's just the same. It's the same cycle.
That's that. That's what sold me what you were saying on. When you really look at it, ain't there no changes. They been some different actions taken, but it always resolving the same thing. I
Same
was just
thing.
I'm quite sure you heard of 1877, right after the Civil War, when blacks were making progress in the Congress. We had senators and House of Representatives and everything. Plus, we had protection in the South by having the federal troops in the South. And a deal was made with Rutherford B. Hayes and Tilden to pull the troops out of the South, because they wanted to keep in virtual slavery. They pulled the troops out so you didn't have no protection. And the Ku Klux Klan went on the run and they kept you, held down. But it's the same. But if you keep looking at it, it's the same thing. Just about time you think, oh yeah, this is it. They might come and change the rules. It's a
Exactly.
continuous thing.
That's exactly it. And like in that book, they mentioned when the Union quote unquote pulled the troops out of the South and what happened to them
Yeah, it was
after
a
that.
deal between the Republicans
Exactly.
and the Democrats.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
this is a good question. Polar Knights just asked. He says, "I have to ask, why do people call themselves African American? I see that as a bad thing. You're labeling a people. My wife is not Norwegian Eritrean. She is Norwegian. Here to say labels is other human is a racist thing. Now that's now I see where he's coming from because legally she's a Norwegian citizen and legally we are Americans. But the way our financial system is set up, along with a few other things, in America, it really is a caste system here. Like your banking documents, your health documents, they all ask what your race are. Like they and it's been there's actually some legal things that have happened that like I'm not sure if they teach this over there, but this thing called redlining that up until very recently I haven't heard any more cases of it, but practices of illegal ways to what is it people, you couldn't buy housing in certain areas based on your race, quote unquote. You couldn't get certain bank loans, okay, based on your race. It's the caste system over here is wild, man. And like it's understandable that you see for Americans, that's well and good, but the way things are set up over here is not like that for real. Like no matter what people say on the news or whatever, like for example, like they still like we just said. Well, I should say we just said, but they just took lynching and made that a federal crime, like very recently.
That should have been done years ago. They had the anti-lynching laws for years and years. Congress did nothing. Just let the people run rampant over people. And finally, they get a law that says it's always it has been a law, an anti-lynching law, that people got to pay a price for lynching somebody. But the question that he had asked about African, from my understanding of it, the reason we call ourselves African Americans, because we refer to the continent. Because we don't have no country. We can't say we from Ethiopia. We can't say we from Ghana. We can't say, except for now with the DNA might show what part of the country. But prior to that, we didn't know where we was come from in Africa, except for these people studying now and finding out, the history. But prior to that, now we didn't know. So we call ourselves African American, taking the whole continent,
Yeah, but he was saying,
I'll put his question back up.
Yeah, he was saying, like in Norway, they don't say you're like a French Norwegian or a Polish Norwegian. You're just Norwegian. So he's saying like you don't say, shouldn't be saying Italian American or French American, right? It's just American.
Yeah, but he was saying his wife was from Eritrea, the country.
Eritrea.
But then you can't say where you're from. That's why you take in the whole continent and say I'm an African American, because you don't know whether you're Ethiopian or you're Nigerian or Ghanaian or South Africa. You don't know what part of it. So you just take in the whole continent. That's the only difference there. If you had a country, you could say, instead of saying I'm an American from Nigeria, I'm an American from so and so. But we can't say or Ghana or whatever, you can't say that. So you just say I'm an African American. I take in the whole continent.
I think for me, it's like I see what he's saying. He sees 4 Americans, but I'm only an American. I'm real talk. I'm just being real. I only consider myself to be an American when I'm not in the country. Because this country, I only consider myself to be an American when I'm not in this country.
Oh, okay.
Because this country doesn't want to see me as an American. So I'm going to claim, everybody here in this country claims they're their roots, where they come from.
Right. So
I'm African, because here they're still Italian, they're still Chinese, they're still Polish, there's still everything else, So that's why it's still a battleground here.
And
it's still a battleground.
The other thing is, based on how you label it or what you claim your status to be here, there's different benefits per group. Like you can't claim, say if I can't claim benefits that would be for like a Japanese immigrant or a Native American or First Nation people. Like that a lot of that matters what you claim yourself to be here. Like I know, like I'm not sure if they know this over there, but I know there's been a bigger movement for reparations for Black people over here, especially if you've been like you weren't an immigrant from like, especially you came here before like 1960. Your people can trace back to actually being a part of the transatlantic slave trade. So having that and knowing your status over here also helps for legal reasons too. Now, if all those problems weren't here, then yes, I mean people can be saying, people will be very nationalized because they're like, this is the nation I'm from. But because of the things that have happened here historically, a lot of people feel more comfortable claiming other parts of their history because I'm like, that's just, what I am.
As they should.
For lack of a better term.
I mean, that was like eloquent. I'm with Pops. Like that dissertation was on point. But it's the reality that certain people are going to treat others a particular way based on, it don't matter what you call yourself. You know what I mean? This is how they operate, and this is how they've been operating. That's what Josh was alluding to with the history of the things that's been happening here. And that's just their mentality. That's how they act. That's what they raising their kids to be. That's why it's still prevalent. It's embedded. So it's like you can say, "Hey, we all Americans," all you want to, but like the reality of life here is just totally different. And I totally feel, Chris, like I only feel American when you're traveling, because when you're traveling, you realize that and people see you like as an American, and they know certain things about you just because of where you're from, and you feel that way, which is not good or bad, right? I'm not saying that, but you actually feel American when you're abroad, right? And you actually get respected when you're abroad. But when you're here, you don't.
He says, "I admire you for how strong you're living in a country that doesn't see your human value. Not sure I could do that. Not a lot of people can."
Yeah, I'm ready to experience a place where you just seen as a person. That would be nice.
Polar Knights is basically saying on his island that we can be 304.
Exploding population.
What, I missed that. Repeat.
Grandma's like, "There's a place like this."
Now he didn't hear you, Joshua. He said, "Repeat what you said."
So he said, I have to admire you for how strong you are living in a country that doesn't see your human value." And then he said, "Not sure I could do that."
Oh.
Yeah. But then you also, Joshua, you would laugh that you're talking about us making the population of 304.
That's I'm sorry, forgot about that part. I thought he was asking what he put down.
Oh no, I forgot that. I'm getting old. I forgot what I asked. It don't stay in my brain but about a few seconds. If I don't get it out or capture it,
I don't know what my excuse is. We are like rednecks.
Oh man. Oh, cool, dude. I we ran a little over today's episode. I gotta get back, but let's do our final thoughts. Auntie, you want to go first?
Shoot. Good luck waiting on the time when you don't have to, think about being a parent and it feel like your kid is just able to take care of themselves, because you got a while, baby. You got a while.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Uncle Pooh?
Polar Knights got me hating it here now. It's time to leave the country. We gotta leave. We gotta leave and live somewhere else now. Let's go, Chris. Let's get out.
Yeah. Wait.
Well, Grandpa, you gonna give your final thought? Grandpa, you wanna give your final thought?
Oh yeah. I was gonna say maybe we should discuss the continent of Africa in general with the 54 countries. But I see some beautiful places over there, and ain't in the jungle either. I mean, beautiful cities, man, and beautiful water. I think looking at Tanzania. There's 2 or 3 places, man. I think I could live there, So maybe we should do a little thing and talk about it next week.
Yeah, shoot. If we can, hey, Polar Knights, you want to get your family on here? Tell us about Eritrea. Get them straight from the people who are from there. The invitation's open, but that might be the next series. Oh, you said all 54 countries, Grandpa?
Yeah, I see. I was just saying there's 50, and when we speak of Africa, we speak of like it's one place,
Yeah.
But the diversity, there are 54 countries over in Africa, independent, sovereign states. And there's some beautiful places that I don't know whether the TV or the YouTube, whatever, may not get all of them, but there's some beautiful places to see. That Africa ain't the Africa that it used to be.
Oh, you're right. Well, we might be doing that. I'm gonna have to do a little more research, but we can definitely do that. Thank you, Polar Nights, for coming on and sharing all the information with us. That was great. I saw you. They also subscribed, so we're gonna subscribe. Shout out to our international fan. We will be back next week, as we always are on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what my final thought is. I'm just happy we got another fan. Shoot, I didn't know they could watch us over there in Norway or anywhere else. Pleasure meeting you, sir. Well, I love you guys. We'll see you guys next week. And maybe Grandpa, even though he talked bad about it, but it looks like he wants another White Claw because he was shaking that can. See ya.
All right, let me back.
Okay.
See you.
Peace.